Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Morning Leap session for Monday, October the 3rd, 2016. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro, drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. Before we get going, please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay, so Friday we are looking for our main hypothesis, which was a open auction in range, a failed breakout of the value or break out of the range, move down, find responsive buyers, but thought they were going to come a little bit lower and pick them up at the VPOC and then start working their way back up towards that 68.25 target and towards the 70, 73, 75 area. And we pretty much got that. We had a beautiful Mr. Sneaky that led the way to the top. And then we went sideways as we fought to break out. And we really had a muted breakout. And then we put in a little bit of a head and shoulder, and then they sold off into the close, even though there was 1.2 billion to buy. They sold them off into the end of the month, and very strongly, down 8.25 points. Overnight, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shoot. Hold on a second. Okay. Didn't close it all the way. That's good. Overnight, they basically opened up near the close, tried to rally back up towards that 68, failed, came down to 57, and basically they've been chopping back and forth, and just coming into the session, we're getting lower lows coming in, and we're probably going to expand the range again. We've been doing a lot of this as we come into the RTH session, that we get these moves to expand the Globex high or low, and we usually take out that overnight stat right away. But I'm going to back up a bit. I just want to first take a look at there's something interesting happening on the monthly that I want to point out. And you can see that for the last 3 months, we've basically closed very close to our close. So we had a close on this month at 65.75, a close on this month of 68.50, and a close on this month of 56.75. So we're really not moving much, and we're tightening our range. And if you see where this has happened in the past, we've generally moved away and had a very strong move on the monthly. So I'm expecting this month to look more like this or more like this. I just don't know which. But if you go down to the daily, we keep pointing this out, is we've got this very, very symmetrical triangle that's already given us one false breakout on the daily. On either side. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. There's the 3 points right there. So basically we've got this symmetrical triangle happening on the daily right now, with one small false breakout to the upside. To me, when we break this is going to, I think, tell the story for where we go in terms of the month. And you can see that a move to break to the downside will take us down below that 38.25. Write that down, because that's going to be very important. I'll show you why. And then if we break out to the upside, which is above the 66, well, we've been using the 66 as our key line in the sand, and we had that small breakout up into the 68 high of Friday, the high of 60, what was it? High is 68 and a quarter. So to me, which way we break this is going to lead to the bigger move on the monthly. That's just my opinion, but it's something to keep in mind. So keep that 38 and 66 in your mind in terms of if we get above or below that, I think the bigger move is going to come with that break itself. But just step back and just, taking a look at how we are trading within the trend. We're back to this upward trend, but we're getting, some weakness coming in here. 2 negative months in a row. We need to see if we hold above the 9, and remember that we could move down on the daily down below that 38 and come and test the 2111. That will be my initial target. Well, I've got a couple targets above that, but the overall trend is still up on the monthly. On the weekly, same thing, but we're getting this diamond pattern. This is a possible. I'm just going to draw this quickly. Oh, sorry about that. Come on. So this is a possible diamond topping pattern. It's not perfect, but it gives you an idea that we've got this this diamond pattern as a possibility. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry about that. But this is a possible topping pattern on the weekly, but we're still above the 9 and the 12. We don't even challenge the trend until we get below the 2151 area. So just keep in mind that the overall is still up on the weekly. On the daily, you can see we're in the consolidation with that symmetrical triangle, but we're again holding above the 9 and the 20, but we've got the start of a possible downward trend on the daily. Going to the intraday, consolidation again, sideways action on the 4 hour. On the 1 hour, you can see that we've just broken down and making new lows on the Globex. We do have a naked cross down here, so write it down at 2145 and a quarter, and that is on the 1 hour. And then moving down so we have the possibility of a start of a trend on the 1 hour. Then going down on the 30-minute, you can see we do have slope and separation happening to the downside and possible downward. Did they close out this naked cross? Yes, they basically. It's questionable. It's been, you can write it down. It didn't get hit, but usually when it comes within a couple ticks, this came down to 43. The naked cross is at 42.50. 2 ticks is not going to be something that I consider to be, truly open, but it is there. But the trend is down on the 30-minute. And then on the 15-minute, same thing, slope and separation to the downside. There is a naked cross right here at 41.75. And then going to the 5-minute, you can see that that accelerates, and we've got very strong downward trend happening, failing to get back above and hold above the 9. And so coming into the session, we've got downward pressure as we move towards the smaller time frames. Taking a look at the big picture, You can see that we're coming back to this CHVN. We have not got the shift yet. The microcomposite VPOC that goes from the gap up day and through to coming back down and challenging back into the gap. The microcomposite VPOC is still up here at 72.75, and in the last 3, 6, 8 days, value is shifted back higher up to the 60-50 area where we held value before coming back up into the 71. So we're trying to hold this value, but they're coming down to the 53. I put a little small profile on the 2-day. It doesn't affect it. So value is still above, but we are coming down to challenge the value area low. The value area low is down here at 45.75, but the longer time frame value, and I'm going to just gotta change this so you can see this better. You can see that the longer time frame, the microcomposite that goes from the 7-11 through to Friday, that value area low is at 44. So the shorter time frame is 45.75. The longer time frame is 44, and that's right at our key line in the sand below. So really, we're in this this double distribution zone between 44.25 and 66, and centering around this microcomposite or composite high volume node in around 53. What I'm waiting to see is to have this value shift from 60.75 down to 53, and this longer term microcomposite shift down to the 53, and then whichever way, when that happens, whichever way we start to move is likely to be the breakout of the symmetrical triangle and a push down. Below the 44, we've got 40.50, and then we've got the 28.75, and I'm going to be watching for that breakout of the 38, to see if we get a test. If we break below the 38.25, I'm looking for a test to 29, and then see if that holds. And then we've got that 21.11 on the monthly to challenge the trend on the monthly. But if we come down, we get the VPOC, microcomposite VPOC shift down here to the 53, and then they start moving up and they get above 59, then I'm looking for them to continue up towards that 72, 75, 74, and then ultimately going up and equalizing the two unequalized all-time highs. The December adjusted all-time high at 21.85 and the unadjusted September all-time high at 91.50. So going to be an interesting month. We've got lots of news this week, so we've got lots going on. Germany's on holiday right now, but the overall markets were fairly up in the Asian session. They started coming down in the European session. 9:30. We have right on the open, we have RBC manufacturing PMI for Canada, and then 9:45 we've got final manufacturing PMI for US, and then 10 o'clock will be the big news, which is the ISM manufacturing PMI, construction spending, and manufacturing prices. All day we've got vehicle sales. There's going to be tons of talk about Deutsche Bank and we're coming up into the election, and what's his face from Wikipedia is supposed to be doing an announcement tomorrow showing more damning news on Hillary, but now he's not doing it. He's doing it via telecast to the German embassy from the Ecuadorian embassy. So a lot of stuff happening right now. It's just remember, keep yourself rather tight and don't get too hung up on one direction or the other, because it could change at any moment. So taking a look at the overnight, moving our numbers over. Of course, our overnight low continues to get lower, so we have to make some adjustments, but our overnight high is 64. Our overnight low is currently at 52.50. So based on the 20 period daily ATR, our downside daily ATR off of the high is down here at 38.75. I have to readjust my my upside because it's gotten lower. So 21.78 is the upside. And that's right on top of that naked VPOC and naked close. All right. And really getting messy down here. I doubt we're going to get a VPOC shift. Our VPOC shift is up at the microcomposite VPOC, and where we left Friday's VPOC at 21.60.50. Got an LVN here at 57.75, which is just below this LVN, which basically we had a bit of a triple distribution day. So I'm going to use that as a trade area. You could use the 57.25, but I think I'm going to use a stronger rejection. And then we've got our value area high right at our daily high, so that's an easy. And then we've got this 50.50 range low with some nice targets below. And that's basically all the information I need, unless we do get a VPOC shift down here, but we'll have to wait and see. So I can open this up. We are getting a Keltner lower line walk and a 10.25 point rotation down. I'd be looking for longs down here in around the 50.50, but I think you could actually start taking a long down here at the 53s. That's what I'd probably start with right now, just for a 2-point rotation back up off of the CHVN here. Find some buyers, move up back towards the 59, see how high you can get. Okay, so let's talk about hypotheses. We've obviously come down, and we're not below the range from the prior day, but I'm expecting a bit of continuation back up towards the 60 today, and but I have to be wary of chance to come down and test this 38 again. So my hypo 1 is an open auction in range or just out of range, because I can't tell. Right now we've still got 20 minutes. But I'm looking for a rotation down towards the 46 and somewhere between the 46 and the 38.75, looking for responsive buyers to step in and move us back up towards the 60.50 again and chop around in this upper distribution with possibly a push to test the range high and get into the 70 area. So hypo 1 is open auction, in range, a move down, a breakout down to the 46, maybe 38, possible failure to break out, but basically finding responsive buyers down in this area between the 48 and the 38, and then rotating us back up into the 60 and chopping around with maybe a late day probe up to test the range high on Friday. Hypo 2 is an open auction in range, a push up to test the upper side of the lower distribution and possibly even into the microcomposite VPOC, and then find responsive initiative sellers stepping in and pushing us down through, with 46 being our main target, and a push through down into this 38 area with maybe a late day probe down into 31, maybe down into the 29. So Hypo 2 is open auction in rain, a push up to test the LVN and the VPOC and close, find initiative sellers, push us down into the 46, chop around down between the 40, 50 and the 38, and then possible push to test the lower side of that balance and back down towards the microcomposite VPOC that we broke out of. Hypo 3 is an open auction in range, a failure to get above the range or the LVN and the microcomposite, come down, fail, chop around here, fail again, and push through and push all the way down into the 18 area and back down to test the lower side of this value area on the microcomposite, and basically getting a trend day down. Hypo 4 is an open auction in range, failure to break below, push up, test around, chop around the LVN, push up into the upper distribution, break through the 68, and come up into the 78, 83 area and close near the all-time highs. Maybe a late day probe to put in a new all-time high, maybe adjust I doubt we're going to get the adjustment today, but basically it's the beginning of the month. So my Hypo 1 has the weight on it right now, or Hypo 4. But I am seeing some weakness, so I have to consider the possibility of Hypo 2 and Hypo 3 giving us continuation down. Just make sure you're watching that 38.25 and that 66, because that's going to give us some indication of bigger possibilities for this week and this month. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.